Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Tara Hill-Coursey. I am the Community Engagement Manager for Caroline County Public Library. And today I am very happy to have with me Ms. Allison Murphy, who is with our Board of Elections. Allison is the Election Director for Caroline County. Her election career spans 19 years. She started in Talbot County with their Board of Elections in 2001. In 2006, she took the position here in Caroline and was offered the position of election director in 2015. During her career, she served on many election-related committees, and as treasurer of the Maryland Association of Election Officials. She was also named the Maryland State Board of Elections Election Official of the Year in 2017. So today, I'm happy to welcome Allison, and we are going to give you some information on how to vote, some frequently asked questions here in Caroline County. Allison, hello.
Hi, thank you for having me today. So I'll start off by the election is just right around the corner, as you know. And so we're busy in the office preparing for the presidential general election day, which is Tuesday, November 3rd. And we're excited. This is a really busy one. There are a lot of changes. There are a lot of new implementations, but we think that we'll have a smooth election day.
Yes, that's what we hope. So
Yes.
I'll get started with some questions. Could you tell us when the actual deadline is to register to vote in the state of Maryland?
Sure. So the deadline to register to vote in the state of Maryland is October 13th, 2020, and our office will be open until 5 p.m. So applications must be either hand delivered to the office, or if they are delivered by mail, they need to be postmarked by 5 p.m. on October 13th, 2020. Also, there's the online voter services, so people can go online through the State Board of Elections website, and they can register up until 11:59 p.m. on October 13th, and that will still be considered timely.
That's good to know. Will voters be mailed a sample ballot to preview the information for Election Day?
Yes, so I have already sent the artwork and the information to the local printing company that will be preparing the sample ballots. It's a mailer that goes out to all active registered voters in Caroline County. It specifically shows a sample of the ballot that they will see on if they go to vote in person. And it is, there's also information in the sample ballot about the voting times, the locations, and what to expect and what you need to go vote. So it's very helpful. And that's going to go out mid-October.
Okay, so just around the corner for that.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Good to know. So by now, many people may or may not have received information about how to actually vote in person or by mail. Could you give us a little information about the process, where to go in order to review the information about mail-in voting?
Sure. So mail-in voting is a process that is not new. It was formerly referred to as absentee voting. There was a change in law that requires us now to refer to absentee voting as mail-in voting, but it is the same process. People can go online to the State Board of Elections website at www.elections.maryland.gov, and they can fill out an online request to receive a ballot by mail. And they can also receive their ballot electronically, or if they had to receive it by fax, that's also a third option. There are a few new features that people can take advantage of texting. And so they can text the word vote, V-O-T-E, to 777-88, and a link will be sent. And they can use that link to register to vote or update their registration online. If they text the letters VBM to 777-88, they can then receive a link to request a mail-in ballot application. And that is just another way to get through the process, and it's very convenient. I've done the links myself. very user-friendly. So we did have a mailing that went out to voters, and it was a mail-in ballot application. So some folks may have already received their application by mail, and they would just have to complete that application and return it to us by October 20th. That's the deadline to request a mail-in electronic or faxed ballot. And it's not a postmark deadline, that's the actual deadline. That request must be in our office by 5 p.m. October 20th, 2020, okay? Again, go to the State Board of Elections website. They have an entire page dedicated to the 2020 elections, and all the information that you can find about mail-in ballots are on that page. And it's very user-friendly and helpful. And so that website is www.elections.maryland.gov.
Great. Thank you for giving us that again. And like you said, user-friendly, that's always easy, convenient, and almost gives no room for excuse if we can text things in and do things electronically, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so you did mention that the mail-in voting process is it's almost the same, well, is the same as the former absentee balloting.
Sure.
So is this something that's deemed safe for individuals?
Yes, absolutely. We have, like I said, we've done absentee mail-in voting my entire career in elections, which it's been 19 years. There have been some changes along the way, but in essence, it's the same process. It is safe. Also, I do know that, there is some skepticism about voting by mail, returning ballots. And so there are a few things that voters can take advantage of to check their ballot. For example, voters can go to the State Board of Elections website and check the status of their ballots to make sure that we did receive it as it's returned to the office. And so again, the website is www.elections.maryland.gov. And I believe once you're on the State Board's website, there's a link that says voter services or voter lookup, and they can go there and enter in their information, and they can check on the status of their return ballot. Also, if there are any folks that do not want to return their ballot by mail, we will have drop boxes in the county. And so there will be 2 mail-in ballot drop boxes in Caroline County, and one will be located here at our office, which is the Health and Public Services Building, and the address is 403 South 7th Street in Denton. And the second box is located at the General James F. Frederick Community Center, and that's at 107 South 4th Street in Denton. And so both boxes will be placed actually tomorrow. They're supposed to be put in place tomorrow. And once they arrive, we will open them, and they will be opened up to 8 p.m. on November 3rd for any voter that wants to return their mail-in ballot at the drop box. On November 3rd at 8 p.m., we go out and we will lock the drop box so that no ballots can be put in after the election closes. And I just want to point out that those drop boxes are also safe and secure. We do have them under surveillance. We empty the ballots from those bins daily, and we have a chain of custody to check in all of the ballots and receive them in our office. So that's another way in lieu of using the U.S. Post Office.
Okay, great. So you've got a system of checks and balances.
Yes.
The boxes are completely, they're convenient, located right here in town at the Hacks building and also at the Frederick building. So that's Parks and Rec, the Armory.
Yes.
But
multiple names. Yes.
There are multiple names for it, but definitely convenient and located right in town. Thank you for that. So you did already address how once they completed their ballot, what they can do, where they can drop them off. The boxes will be placed out this week and they're emptied daily. So there's also the option to still vote in person. So it's early voting, I understand.
Yes.
Give me some details around early in-person voting.
Sure. So early voting is going to be held Monday, October 26th through Monday, November 2nd, 2020, Our early voting center is located at the General James F. Frederick Community Center, which we just discussed is also known as the Parks and Rec Building and the Old Armory Building. It's in Denton. And the early voting center will be open daily from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. for voters. So that's an hour earlier than it's typically opened for this election. It will be 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's open to all Caroline County residents to come there and vote. So no matter where you live in the county during early voting, you can go to that early voting center.
And that's a change too. So you're not confined to your district or where you're.
Well, actually, that is a change on election day, but during early voting, that has been the normal practice. Yeah, early voting is always open to the entire county.
Okay, all right. So you also mentioned that you're extending the hour, so you got an extra hour to participate in early voting. Is there a time of day that may be best for folks to show up?
Yes, so typically we tell voters the best times with probably the lowest turnout or wait times would be between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Would be the best times to visit to avoid delays.
Okay.
Yeah.
So outside of those hours, should people plan their day to like stand in line a little bit to wait because we still have the pandemic going on? Mm-hmm. You want to keep things safe for folks when they arrive?
Absolutely. So we do, yes, still have the pandemic looming, and so we are taking precautions, which could in fact result in some delays because inside of the vote center during early voting, we are social distancing voters, and even though we have included extra judges to work, we're still limited on the amount of folks that can be in at one time based on that 6-foot social distancing requirement. So I would say, if you're going to vote early, come during the times that aren't as busy, so between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. And also do prepare to wait. There may be a wait. I can't really predict at this time, but there may be. It's a very contentious election. We're expecting very high turnout. So just be prepared when you come. I would encourage voters to review their sample ballots before they come to vote so that they are prepared when they get inside. And when you get to the voting booth, that will speed things up if you already know how you're going to vote your ballot. Read the information, how the process works, and I think that will be helpful to voters.
Okay, so having the information on hand beforehand so that you know what you're going to do before you get to the vote center, and then expect a little bit of a wait as they try to keep things safe for everyone that's showing up in person. That's great. So on actual election day, this is after early voting is closed, Tuesday, November 3rd, and you alluded to this before, but the 3 vote centers in Caroline County, accessible to everyone that lives in the county, no matter where their residence is, correct?
That's correct, yes. So on August 10th, Governor Hogan issued a proclamation to establish the use of vote centers for this election. And that's in part because of the pandemic. So the state was facing some issues with election judge staffing. So with a reduced number of locations, then there were ample amounts of judges to fill those positions. And so Caroline County will have 3 vote centers, which will be open to all Caroline County voters, regardless of which part of the county they live in. I did place one at the north end of the county, at the Greensboro Volunteer Fire Company's Community Hall, and that's at 13781 Greensboro Road in Greensboro. There's one in the center of the county, which is the General James F. Frederick Community Center, which is 107 South 4th Street in Denton. And then one at the south end of the county, which is at Preston Fire Hall, and that's at 3680 Choptank Road in Preston. And so we have them located to cover the entire county. But again, it does not matter where you live in the county, whichever one is convenient for you at the time, you can go to. So it's hopefully that will be smooth for everyone, since they are located, throughout the county, trying to cover the entire area. I do want to point out that, again, we are maintaining social distancing, and so we will be, again, limited to the number of voters in the vote centers. We're also requiring face masks, so everyone will need to have their face mask on. And again, just be prepared before coming, and I think that will help for a smooth election day process for everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
So 3 vote centers, northern end of the county, utilizing our volunteer fire hall, their community center, the center of the county at the Federal Building here in town, and then also at Preston Volunteer Fire Hall. Okay, great. That's good to know, and convenient again. So is there any other pertinent information around the process that you want to add?
Sure, yeah. I also want to say that on Election Day, November 3rd, the hours are the same as early voting, and that's 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. So each of those 3 vote centers will be open for voters from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. I'm sorry, 8 p.m., goodness, on November 3rd. And I think, let's see, I think that's all I have for Election Day. Yeah, I think I'm good. If you have other questions?
Well, thank you. So I know you're super duper busy right now with all of this going on. I appreciate you taking the time out to give this information to our residents. Does the Board of Elections have any a Facebook page or somewhere where folks can go to get some communication from you all?
Yes, we do. We have, first of all, we have our website, which is www.carolinemdelections.org. And then also we have a Facebook page, and it's facebook.com/CarolineMDElections. We do post regularly on our Facebook page, and always are encouraging likes and shares to increase the, the outreach to the public. So certainly if anyone can follow us on Facebook, that would be greatly appreciated. And I think that's all that I have.
Okay, great. So you heard it here. Go like and share, get your information about our local Board of Elections directly on Facebook. And as you know, the Caroline County Public Library has a very active Facebook page as well. This recording will be available on our site. We hope to see you share it out, to take a look at it, let friends know, just so you know what your information is. And then you have a name to face. You have myself, you have Allison, and we are happy to have brought this information to you today. Allison, again, thank you for your time. I'll see you in person, hopefully, at the polls soon. And have a great rest of your day.
All right, you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.